Back at Happy Valley on Wednesday night for the Indian Recreation Club Challenge Cup. That's our feature race on an 8-race program. We've got it all covered here on Racing to Win today. Very warm welcome to the show. I'm Angela Lejeune, joined here in the studio by our former analyst Paul Alley and race caller Brett Davis as well. Brett, offer a pretty exciting weekend at Sha Tin as well. We'll look back at that on a second, but plenty to look forward to this week too. Absolutely, Andrew. Yes, back to the Valley. Rail will be in the widest position possible at Happy Valley for Wednesday night. C+3. That can often be a slight little advantage potentially to those in the first half, particularly over the shorter trips, but racing is racing. We'll see how things unfold. Weather expected to be okay, so a good track, and if the humidity sticks around, we might even see an upgrade as we did last week when it went from good to firm. So all in readiness. Certainly are. There's a little jackpot to keep us interested as well, Paul, and some interesting first starters too. Yeah, a little bit of jackpot there for you, but for the rest of us, 1.8 million. Not bad at all. Getting up to 5 million for the expected payout for the $10 unit there for the triple trio. That's good. And yeah, as you mentioned, a few first starters, a few horses, like it's really competitive races, particularly the last race where there's a whole lot of last start winners in there as well. Yeah, and even that 7th race is a cracker, the good sprint. Yeah, there's some good quality racing. I don't think there's a debutant like there was at Sha Tin on Sunday, but there does look to be one or two that are reasonably capable. It certainly does as well. So before we get into the Happy Valley card, let's look back on the weekend action with our racing review. Sylvester de Sousa signed off on the weekends with a win. This was, on paper, looked like it would come down between Right Choice and Time to Celebrate. The weight was probably the difference in the end, but Right Choice looked beaten at this point. He'd been out in front. Time to Celebrate headed him, but he fought back bravely. Like a caged tiger, didn't he? Just on the inside, he looked all money gone at that stage, with about 250 to go. Back here, he looked like he was back in with a chance. It was a ding-dong go. Good finish from some of the others from behind. I thought Dance with Dragon, very unlucky. Szechuan Da hit the nice line nicely, but good win there, strong win. It was, and de Sousa said after the race that he hopes he's better than that. He gets the feeling that if he can drop him back in, and he did mention it in an interview a week or so ago when we spoke to him prior to one of his other runs, that he feels he's a better horse ridden with a little bit of patience early, and there was no pace in that race. He was up in distance and had the lightweight, so he took the option to go forward. Joe Moreira made him earn it on Time to Celebrate, almost a carbon copy of the ride that Zach Purton put in 2 starts earlier when he won, and they did drive to the line with a very small margin separating them. But like Paul, I thought Dances with Dragon was a touch unlucky. Yeah, he'll keep for another day. But yeah, Right Choice. So the step up in trip didn't hurt him at all. The day before, Chung Fa staged their very first race day exhibition. This was the very first race. It was for the ISGs, and it was Matthew Chadwick and Richard Gibson who go down in the history books. Yeah, Richard Gibson's stable is really flying along at the moment, and well done to him and Matthew, taking out the first race at Chung Fa with Nordic Warrior, who ran a nice third behind the all-conquering Magnificent the start before at Happy Valley, and he beat Smart Charade there, and it was a nice performance. And yes, a nice ISG. There's a couple of Smart Charade, obviously, and Gallant Return as well back there in third. Yeah, a really good race, and obviously with the ISGs, it was good to see them have a race there up in Chung Fa. Obviously a really nice day. You're up there, Andrew. You would have enjoyed it. It was a great day, it really was. Carrie Lamb was there to present the trophy for the first, and Richard Gibson said after the race, apparently when he first arrived in Hong Kong, he said, I want to be the trainer that trains the very first winner at Chung Fa. So it was an 8-year dream, and it was realised there with Nordic Warrior. It was a really good feel about the day, actually, a good atmosphere. The weather was a little bit on the cooler side, to be perfectly honest, but it didn't dampen anyone's enthusiasm. No, it was a good day. I think Chad Schofield had a riding double too in 5 races. And Richard Gibson, obviously, will be hoping that form continues as he heads to Dubai with a couple of runners. Yeah, and Jimmy Ting, again, we touched on this on the day. First runner at Sha Tin, won. First runner at Happy Valley, won. First runner at Chung Fa, won as well. Incredible. Wow. Voyage Warrior, 14 points for his debut. Where does that stack him historically? Well, right up there. Silent Witness got 15. Sacred Kingdom, I had a look at his first win. It was not similar. He came from back in the field. He was slow, but he was clearly a class above. And we know what he and Silent Witness both went on to do. You don't want to get carried away too much. I mean, it was an easy win. It was very impressive. But, you know, one step at a time. It's exciting, no doubt, for owners and connections and racing fans, but let's just let him progress and see how it eventuates. Yeah, you wouldn't mind a few dollars on him next start, though. No, you'd be excited, no doubt, but we know horse racing can be, you know,
a very fickle
There's a lot of hype
situation.
Isn't there?
Yeah.
A couple of the nice winners there. Band of Brothers was a pretty smart winner, Paul.
Really enjoyed that win. He came from well back, didn't he? Hit the line very strongly and won nicely, so it was good to see. We've talked about Right Choice as well. That was a nice win as well. So some pretty good wins on the day.
All right.
They were.
They were the big winners on the weekend. We'll see if we can find you some more, though, with our horses to follow. Right, there's a number of first starters, Paul, and likely racehorses going round. You found one at big odds?
Yeah, Voyage Warrior, I've found this. No, it was... obviously, Voyage Warrior was the most impressive on the day. I went with this horse here, Lasting Friendship. You can see he was just almost last here in this 1,000-metre race. I thought he hit the line really strongly. I know Jenny gave him a really good report on the day as well. Said that he was looking very good. That was at the 300-metre mark there, as you can see. And I just really liked the way he hit the line. I thought it was a really nice run from him. He came through strongly. He just finished off. There's obviously this was the race where Sylvester got Utopia Life got relegated, but just in behind, I thought he was finishing off nicely.
Yeah, it was a very vocal crowd watching that from the parade ring.
It was your fault, apparently.
Praying for the steward's decision to come through. Brett, what do you got?
Dal Radian, I made him the long shot for the day. He was a horse that was with Derek Cruz before Derek, of course, retired. Former Australian galloper who won 2 out of 10. He was placed second in a 3-year-old Group 3 at Caulfield. He ran around in some nice races as a young horse in Australia, particularly as a 2-year-old. He's taken a long time to settle in, acclimatise. Ridden for speed when he was first here. Has speed underneath the bonnet, don't worry, but he was ridden very patiently here and he got home nicely, a sign that the horse is feeling better and feeling well about himself. So just keep following. Yeah, he's a big horse as well, so if it all comes right for him, he'd be a nice one to follow. There's a few others from Chartin, but this race stuck with me solidly from last week. California Argent just only had I had a fair preparation in France, I suppose. Good form off the poly track as well, and a winner at Longchamp. But this is what he did later on at Happy Valley. And the horse he's just run past there is Special Stars in the white jacket. He was a big price here, California Argent. Speedy King, bit too good, but he's still a little bit green there in the closing stages too. Remember in the paddock, Jenny said he was full of himself. I get the feeling he sort of thinks he's pretty good. And judged on that run, it might be the case. Yeah. Wilderness Now was his name when he raced in France. Suspensions, Matthew Poon on Diamond Legend, got a couple of days plus 40,000. Grant Van Niekerk on Little General, breach of rule 102. That's not riding out to the line, so we've got 4 days for that on Little General. Utopia Life, we saw that with Paul's horse to follow. 2 days for De Sosa, and Regan Bayliss on Unicorn Baby, 2 days as well, 31st to the 4th of April. All right, I think that brings us up to date as far as what has happened in the past. We start looking towards the future now, and the 8-race programme at Happy Valley. The horse is not going round. Amazing Star in race number 3, replaced by a first starter here, Old Havana. Purton makes the switch. He was riding Amazing Star. And a pace influence out of race 5, Jolly Jean. I think there's still some front runners in there, but Jolly Jean not going round in the 5th event. This is meeting 58 for the season. We're on the C+3 course as well at Happy Valley on Wednesday night for the 8-race card. The feature is race 4. Kicking things off with a Class 4 over the 1650, headed by Electric Lining, a Bird of Risley ride from Barrier 5, 2-time course and distance winner. Enormous Honour, his 3 wins have come over course and distance as well. Fine With Me behind Perfect Pair at Chartin last time out. Art of Raw, Barrier 11, he does like to roll forward. He's coming off the all-weather. Chaparral Star's been placed twice course and distance. Spinning Dancer put 2 wins together through December and January. Here over the course and distance as well. And Lucky Shiny Day yet to win in 14 starts, and a beaten favourite last time out as well behind Alpha Hedge here at the Valley. California Legend, Enormous Honour and Savvy 7 are the horses that have been on the road, Brett, within the last month. That they have, Andrew. Looking at the pace of the first, well, California Legend I thought ran quite a good race last start. From gate 10 he rolled forward. It was his first run over the longer trip. Art of Raw's another one potentially to go forward, and that probably looks about it. Savvy 7's drawn low, Chaparral Star's drawn well. Unless Good Runner's Way or Spinning Dancer want to really push the issue early, there doesn't really seemingly look a lot of speed. This horse ran really well at Chartin last time, and he is a better horse at Happy Valley. His 3 wins have been at Happy Valley. You can see he's under a really good hold as he comes down, so he'll definitely get his chance on Wednesday night. Here is Bundle of Energy. Another one who's going nicely enough. Barrier number 2. He's working with Salto Olympico, who was racing later in the card. Bundle of Energy's in the red saddlecloth, just doing it nice and easy on the inside. And Lucky Shiny Day. He's there or thereabouts, isn't he, this horse, in most of his starts. Yet to win.
but he's been pretty close on occasions, and he moves nicely enough once again here this morning.
All right, we'll have a look at Lucky Shiny Day in a moment or so. Let's start off, though, with Fine With Me. His last start effort finishing second with Savvy 7 and Chaparral Star engaged as well. Perfect Pair was too good for them here.
I must admit, I thought this was a big over, 67-1. He actually ran a really good race the start before behind Green Card, and then was able to sneak into second here after coming from a long way back. His record does suggest that Happy Valley 1650 and Class 4 is his go, and that's what he gets Wednesday night.
Yeah, I'm going to side with him as well. I just really like the way he hit the line. I thought Chaparral Star's better at Happy Valley as well. So I'm going to go put both those to it. I love that race.
Ditto for me as well. All right, we'll move on to Hurricane Hunter and Good Runner's Way. Again, this is Shartin form with a switch back to Happy Valley.
Good Runner's Way, drawn wide, that's a little bit of a concern, but he's still a work in progress, and they've chopped and changed his tactics. Ridden forward once, ridden back once. I don't think he knows whether he's Arthur or Martha at this stage, and I'm in the same category. Hurricane Hunter, on the other hand, I think he's Arthur, but I'm not sure whether or not he's trustworthy. He's been very close. I thought he would have won another one, to be honest. He's going to be interesting coming to the Valley again, drawn well. Zach Purton sticking with him. He's hard to leave out.
Yeah, I'll put him in on a minor line. He's, as you say, he's a little bit untrustworthy. He's had the 2 starts at Happy Valley, and he has been placed on one of those occasions, so he can run the course.
I thought at the start of the season he could probably get to 3, but he's still got a bit of time under his belt.
Yeah. All right, OK, that's Hurricane Hunter and Good Runner's Way. Lucky Shiny Day, this is that effort last time out. Bundle of Energy and some Electric Lightning. I thought he'd run better than this, actually.
So did I. Yeah, I did too, Andrew. And he's got a similar gait, similar weight, again down in class. You know, he could bob up. There's no doubt. I've left him out. Lucky Shiny Day, he wants a strong tempo, clearly. And the other one to discuss in this was Bundle of Energy. Now, he's basically second up. They put the blinkers on last out. There's a huge bet for him early for a place. I haven't got him in, but that did catch my eye.
Yeah, I think he's by Reliable Man. They're real stars, these horses. So 1,800 metres plus, I think, for Reliable Man. Although in saying that, one of his best runs in Hong Kong's been over about 1,200.
Yeah. You've been a fan of Bundle of Energy, in or out?
Just in.
Okay.
Just creeps in. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, the early money would suggest that someone's expecting him to run well.
Let's hope so. Paul?
No, I haven't got it. Fine With Me on top. I really like that Charlton run, and I think he's better. This is his go, as Brett said. Class 4, Happy Valley, 1650. He's on top. Chaparral Star, another one that does like it here at Happy Valley. Although he hasn't won, he's been placed a couple of times and run some really good races. Lucky Shiny Day's been consistent, and Hurricane Hunter. 4, 9, 12 and 5. But 4 looks like he's going to come up in each way price.
And he could win, clearly. I actually had him on top initially, and then I changed my numbers around. I saw that money for Bundle of Energy. I got all confused, and then I just decided, right, I like California Legends' run last start. There's not a lot of pace. He's going to go forward. I'm going to make him the long shot. I think he's a progressive type. He is an ISG by Camelot, so I think the more he races, the better he's going to get, probably the longer as well. Happy to go with him each way. Hurricane Hunter, I've had plenty of goes with him. Fine With Me's a winning chance. Chaparral Star. Bundle of Energy, he was in, he was out, he was in, he was out, then he was out.
Yeah. Well, I did the same with him and Hurricane Hunter, but it was Hurricane Hunter that missed out.
I could have done that with him too.
Very similar. 4 and 9 are the 2 numbers that crop up right throughout our numbers there. In the first, the Class 4. Race number 2 is a Class 4. No Class 5 racing for Happy Valley on Wednesday night. Short break first, back with the second section of the Class 4 right after this.